Yeah, you go back to work. You need that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're. Oh, God. My voice is still kind of screwed up. It's no fun waking up in the morning and then you have a huge migraine. So you take a migraine medicine or Excision for migraine, drink a lot of water, dehydrate, lay back down with a cold towel on your head. You wake back up like around noon and it's already in the 70s. Is my window open? The hell just fell on the floor? Ay caramba. Congratulations, you got yourself a perch.
It's time for Elmo to shit in the sink.
What's wrong with Elmo? Elmo just wants to take a shit in the sink. I like the music back then. Dude, I'm falling asleep. I'm trying to drink coffee and it's putting me right back to sleep. I can't help it. It's the age. Age is getting to me. Dun, dun, dun. You sent me messages last night? Right, where's my Discord? Discord, right there. Well, I must have if I don't see any new messages. Let's Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Thank you. I really needed that. I need to hear somebody else tell me, otherwise I'll forget. No, you didn't upset me at all, and I adore you for it. He's no longer alone. Oh, that's what I forgot to add on here. I knew I forgot something. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's loading. It's connecting. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's what I forgot to add on. I'm still learning. I try to be kind to myself. It's just, every night I beat myself off. I went up. My heart. Oh, there's your avatar. I was waiting for it.
Welcome. You've got mail.
So apparently I have mail now. Go figure. Don't know what type of mail that was. What, Hey, what? Hey, huh? What? Who, what, where, when, sometimes when, W? Oh god, my head hurts. The one on my neck, not the other head. We're not gonna go there with that one. Oh, let's just say in my ears, because the song. This song came out in like 1940 something. Hold on. Let me open up the right screen here. Oh yeah, early 1940s. Pee Wee King and his Golden West Cowboys. Doesn't say what year though. Da, da, da. My ears because of the static. I don't hear any music. You don't hear any music at all? ¡Ay, chinga tu madre! ¡Pinche puto! Ay, 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 I smacked my thumb against the little slide out tray. And it hurts. I'm getting old. It's not supposed to hurt like that. Orale. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I gotta make sure I'm on the right screen. You know what? I haven't fished yet. What'd I get? What'd I get? What'd I get? What'd I get? I wanna see what I got. Come on. I wanna see what I got. I got a salmon? Man, I guess we're stuck with salmon steaks again. Virginity? Oh, wrong one. Oh, yeah. Like that, put that there, put that down there, because I have no idea what I could use this silver for, so we'll just hold on to 32 bars. Gold, I need to hold on to. Pallium, I know what I could use those for, but platinum bars, haven't figured out what I need those for. But I only have 30, so I'll hold on to those just in case. Ow, I keep banging my hands on stuff. It's like elevator music just hanging out in the background. I mean, that's what it's supposed to, I mean, it's almost like elevator music, but I just chose down 1940s hits, and that's what I came up with. $202, if I add that together, that's $265. So we're just gonna keep adding more copper for the time being, because I'm gonna need a lot of copper. I'm not complaining. I just reached to make sure that's what you wanted. Girl, if you're a little bit closer, I'd be reaching for you. What else can I get rid of? Uh-huh. No, autocorrect is not fucking hating you. Autocorrect is just letting you know what I want to hear. Uh-oh. I'm down to 71 on my repair kit. I gotta go make another one. I'll probably also help clear up my bag a bit. Which isn't much. Oh, 99 will be too much. Do 20. I'll clear up 40 spaces, but it'll still give me 400, 1200. Whoa. Oh, sheesh. Let's put that over there. I don't need the honey lures right now. Put this up here. Go up. I lied. I need those honey lures. Because how many honey lures I have? 59. Take 10 there. I'll take another 10. Leaves me with 39. I can go around and drop them down for other people if they want. Alright. Dream of me. Yeah, so apparently, I know there's a couple other streamers out there. They're like mad at me because they never know when I go live because they say that they want to come in. We're not gonna name names, but like, they're like, well, you need to post it in our Discord. Why do I need to post it in the Discord? If you're following me and then I go live, you should get a notification, don't you? Yeah. It's because, well, you know, apparently I guess they don't get notifications. That's why they want me to post in their Discord to let them know when I'm live. And I'm just like, well, if you are following me, you should be getting a notification. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking is they don't have notifications turned on. Well, you can tell the gardener's been through here. All the grass is nicely mowed. I know the words to the song. Shocking. Behind you. It's not like I ever listened to, like, you know, songs from the 1940s anyways. Because back in the day when I was married, and before the kid was born, we used to just attend this one little shindig on New Year's at the old World War, or at the old military aircraft carrier out in good old Alameda, where they would hold their New Year's Eve bash while they're playing big bands with the swing time. And we used to get all dressed up in our zoots and whatnot, and go dancing, doing the cha-cha and all that. I haven't done that in so long. I have yours set to always. I also added you to my bot as a backup because Twitch be twitchy. As long as bitch ain't bitchy, we're okay. Oh, I cracked myself up. That's... I just sold silver, but you know what? Never hurts to get more. Ow, ow. Did you just call me daddy? Did you just call me daddy? Was that daddy or Danny? Daddy. Daddy. Da, 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 da. What the hell are we listening to? I have no sympathy for anyone because I post shit literally everywhere. Wouldn't it get all smelly and all that too if you leave it out for that long? I mean, shit, that is. Ooh, listen to that clarinet play. I used to be able to play the clarinet. Hey, it's Wowsy. I know somebody else by the name of Wowsy. Just not off of this app. Anything? And I can be your masturbation. Pisses me off when people complain about missing my streams. I legit cannot hear the music, but I've got you turned down. Oh, well. Well, you're just gonna have to take my word for the music that's playing, because it just sounds funny. Like, I'm not used to it, but then, of course, then I'm making up my own words to it. Alright, so the song's saying that if you keep calling every other person out there darling, no one else is gonna start calling you darling anymore. And I have no idea what the guys are singing right now, because the women were actually louder than these guys. Ha-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Do, 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 do. Man, all that running around and I only got one? There's really nothing up here at the Reverberance Garden. Darling. Whee! Right into a tree. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh, yeah. Simon Thayer, Alvin Theodore, do, 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 do. Alright, so we know that the coffee's kicking in because I'm being a little bit more talkative. The headache is slowly going away. And if I can continue drinking this coffee, I might have to go use the restroom. And it's not going to be a pleasant one. But you know what? I'd rather drink the coffee and have it flush my system out. Drinking more water will help you flush the system out. Excellent. I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, you know what will make me feel real good? A lobster dinner. I've got to pack up to leave work. Whoa, what do you mean you gotta pack up? Like, you bring your entire life with you to work? That's why you gotta pack everything up? Alright, I'll be right here, prancing around in the map, trying to collect more copper so I can start doing my mazes again. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, big yawn. I hope I get more people to just come in and say hello to me. I said pack up because when I tell people I'm getting off work or leaving work, they'll call me. Oh, well, in that case, be like, you know what, I have things to do, but, I will catch you all later. Please don't disturb me. That's why no one else has my number right now. My mom has my number, but, you know, she never takes her phone with her when she goes anywhere. I keep trying to convince her, you need to take your phone with you just in case something happens. And she's just like, oh, but it's too heavy. I have to go down a flight of stairs, out the front door, and walk through a parking lot to my car before I'm leaving work. See, that makes no sense. Like, you should be paid all the way until you get to your car. Kind of like when you come into work, as soon as you pull into the property and you get out of your own personal vehicle and you start heading towards the building, you should be paid during that time. I once worked with a company that was like that. And shockingly, no one took advantage of it. Because, like, everyone... Wait, I forgot. That was a salary, company. Never mind. It wouldn't even matter, because most companies don't even do that nowadays. Yeah, because the company I used to work with long time ago used to do that. They let you... You didn't start until after you pull your vehicle into into the parking lot, which was on their property, was when they would clock you in. How do they know? They usually gave you 15 minutes, or they added 15 minutes onto your start time. So I say you clocked in at 8 o'clock, and then they would mark it on their timesheet, 7:45. And then when you clocked out at 5 o'clock, they would add the 15 minutes. So overall, you're getting paid an extra half hour. Yeah, that was a very good company back in the day. And then, guess what happened? They got bought out. They got bought out in 2003 by Hank Celestial. The people that make Celestial seasoning tea. Then they moved all operations back to Catskills, New York. It's a legit 7 to 10 minutes. Yeah, see? It just makes sense. Like, if I ran a company, that's what I would have done. Like, hey, you know, it usually, if it takes you between 10 to 15 minutes to get from from your car into the office, you should be paid because you're own company property. What are you doing, Phoenix? What are you doing? You're like scratching your butt, and then you... That was weird. Anyways, I will catch up with you later. Okay, dear. You go get yourself all packed up and ready to go, and I will see you at home. Butt booty naked. You gotta hump with it. Whee! And if they're laughing, I'm gonna kick their ass. Oh, it's a her, never mind. Night after night. You know how many Discords I belong to? And you know how hard it is to copy paste, try to figure out where to post in their Discord. I wish there was a way they can connect your Discord to their Discord so that once you post it once in your Discord, it will automatically pop up in their Discord. And I haven't figured that part out yet. Don't you dare die. Die in that little shallow puddle. How did I almost die right here? Right there. That was weird. Where am I? Oh, shit, I'm way back over here now. You can if they allow webhooks. Oh, see, I have I don't know anything about webhooks. Or they can have their own bot. Oh. This technology I'm not used to. I got you covered. Grandpa, what do we say about you drinking more coffee? What is it gonna do to you? It's gonna flush out your system. I already know how screwed up your system is. I'm gonna have to get Roto-Rooter over here to get myself cleaned out. Get rid of that clog. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that a little bit later today. Go check out Discord and figure out the webhooks and all that. Learn about it, I will. I must. Chattanooga Choo Choo. I know this song already. Choo choo. I'm gonna have to change the heading on this one. Escape, go over here. Let's click on this. Let me change my title here, so it's hell yeah. Da, 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 da. Do, do, need you. What I get? What I get? Oh yeah, I got a skateboard. Oh yeah. Gonna smile again. Ah, the good old songs that my grandparents used to listen to. Who did what? Who shot that off? I heard it. There it is. Da, 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 da. Ah, rah, rah, rah. We'll never thrill again. No. What do I have over here? I have nothing. What's over here? Boy, everything's all spread out right now. I think I'm in the wrong server. I gotta find the right server that has all the copper sticking out. Do 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 do. Meow meow meow. Do, do, do. 161. I got a long ways to go. Who keeps shooting off these things, man? I should only do it for balloons, because if you're doing it for silver, you're gonna find silver all over the map. The ones that are harder to find are just the gold in Bahari Bay, platinum in Elderwoods, or one of my other favorite streamers calls it plutonium. Oh yeah. What's over here? Nothing. So someone lit something here, and there's nothing there. Ha boom 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 boom. Sounds like Bane. Ah, how did I know it was Bing Crosby? With a voice like that? Grrr. Nothing here. Was I just up here? Yes, I was. So I have to go to the other one. Nothing down there. Nothing. Nothing over there. Nothing there. Well, we got something over there on that little island. We got two of them over here on this island. Yay, more copper. Hip hip. Hooray. So I'm at 202 now. 211. Alright, I should probably put food in my system here. It'll take you forever. I would figure. Alright, wait. When we get out of that, click back over here. Will you remember? When you smile. Only forever. Silver. One more. There you go. Hi, Captain. You got it right down for you. Ooh, clarinet. La 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 la. Da 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 da. Oh, big yawn. Oh yeah, big yawn. Clunk. I'm just gonna be here for a while. Till I figure out what I'm not supposed to do. Oi. What is this stream together thing? Ah, okay, I see. So streaming together only supports Chrome and Firefox for now. We're expanding access to more browsers soon. So that's why you can't stream with somebody else. Well, that kind of sucks. And I don't even have Chrome on this one. That sounded strange. Let's see, 2-minute ads, start discount, sub only chat. Forever. I think tomorrow morning. If I go to bed early tonight, I think tomorrow morning I'll do a separate stream. I'll do a 13-hour stream so I can clear out my promotion thing here. Since I have one promotion left with 13 hours to give that 35% off of 5 or more on T1 gift subs. And we'll see what happens. So if I do like, I don't know, we start like around 9 in the morning, we'll probably have to finish like around 10 at night. Wow. It's gonna be one hell of a stream. But it'll be worth it. Yeah, yeah, do, 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 do. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, yeah. Do, 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 do. What's over here? Do I have anything over here? Ooh. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. And then, hey, wow, Saifu, you're going the back way? That's unusual. Da, 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 da. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go use the restroom. This will be perfect time for everyone else to get up to go to use the restroom before the commercials are supposed to begin here in about 15 minutes. I think, maybe 10 minutes. But I'll be right back. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship through the skies with little Einsteins. I'm just a chipmunk running through. Well, I'm just a cat running through with a chipmunk voice. Doink. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. I gotta keep running around till we find more copper. Which you basically know where all the copper is, or not where it would have to regrow, but sometimes it shows up there, most of the time it doesn't. You just gotta keep running around, like right here. You'll find one, maybe two. Other times you'll find none. But you just gotta keep running around the map. Actually, right here, we're gonna switch back to my normal voice.
So if you're watching the game or watching me play this exciting life in Palia, or other people call it Palia, so many different ways to say it. It depends on how the developers pronounce it. I'm sure they probably all got confused on how to pronounce it too. Unless the person that created the entire thing and got the developers to join in says it differently. Well, is there a ripple right there? If you're looking at the pond, the water comes down and it comes right over here, and there's a ripple right here that looks like it goes higher before it ventures off. That's weird. All right. Not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it. I swear to God, I won't. Doing. I'm gonna make sure I run around the entire map just to find copper. The more, the merrier. By the time I get enough copper, I'm gonna be at a mining level like over 100. That's okay, because I've seen other people who have it way like up in the 500s. Good song. And into the commercial we go. What am I now? 320? Da, da, da. I love big band music. Was that silver? That is not silver. It just looked like it from far away. Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Dun, 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 dun. Nothing there, nothing here, nothing over here, nothing over here. If you're just now joining, I am your host, Grandpa Meow. I am a not so variety streamer. I mostly dwell my lifestyle into Palia. I also, every now and then, will do plane crashes in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I do not have 2024 yet. Eventually, hopefully, someday I will. I will stream with others in the game. Just can't do it with the regular streaming in Twitch because somehow I need to have either Firefox or Chrome to do that, according to this thing. But I do dwell into either Party Animals or Fall Guys. I'm learning how to do Fall Guys slowly but surely. Hopefully I'll get up after a while. You just start to climb, get an idea of how to do stuff and how maps are around. Sorry if I lose concentration on what I'm talking about, because something will pop up and I'll be like, huh? Yeah, I want to go in there. Why does it do that? You break up the rock, to get the copper. You try to collect the copper, and then it sends you automatically right into the sewers. Now that rock's not going to be there. That sucks. See? I wanted that rock because it had copper in it. Oh, that's a glitch in the game, so we're going to have to let them know. Collect. Thank you. I don't know why it does not collect. But whatever case, I think it was probably better because here I'm just finding a whole bunch of copper right now. And that's the way I like it. It helps me out a whole lot. So I guess that was a good thing. But we'll find out if there's going to be more copper around here. And bright. Do, do, do. Alright, I spoke too soon. Why, there's like nothing over here. Is the game still slowly loading in? No. Yeah, I spoke too soon. There's like no rocks over here. Well, that's kind of all messed up. All right, let's see if there's anything around the mayor's mansion. Nothing over there. The heart of Texas. The heart of Texas. Thing over there. Deep in the heart of Texas. Meow, meow, meow. I'm just running amok in the maze. And I don't know what I'm doing in this wonderful map. But I do hope I'll get some guidance soon, 'cause you know I'll never be the same. The hell is going on with that bridge over there? The details on the bridge is just like really kind of shit in this game. Of course, then I changed the graphics around so that you can't see tall grass. Missed. Dee 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 dee. Ba 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 ba. Whee! I'm just gonna go with the flow. Da 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 da. Up and over. And this way, and this way. Make sure there's nothing over here that it miss. Nothing. Oh, no, just one. Was there always a bench there? I don't remember a bench there. Roberta Red has just joined the server. Or they said something, but I didn't see anything. Oh, the sun's out. You know what? I probably should go outside because I've been locked up in this apartment for way too long. Never hurts to go out and get some fresh air. Hey. Isak. Oh, Isak. Isak. You suck. Yee, almost fell off that cliff. Don't want to do that now, yeah. Isa. Think I'm gonna be on here for about maybe another 25 minutes because I know I need to go do some grocery shopping done. And thanks to a wonderful someone, it just says anonymous, donated some money so that I can actually go and get food. And which originally I thought it was supposed to be like, I was going to go get fast food, but it's just better to go get the groceries. You get more and then cook it at home, which is so much easier. I mean, it's not easier, but it'll save you money. Which kind of makes sense, though. But definitely tomorrow, I say maybe like around 9 a.m., maybe closer to 10 a.m., I'll be doing a 13-hour promotional stream. Probably playing various games. Isa. More than likely, I'll probably be doing in the beginning Flight Simulator before we jump into Palia. Hell yeah, with some Palia. And then, of course, maybe a few varieties of other games through the night. Through the day, through the night, taking much needed breaks and all that. Is there something up there that we don't know about? Why should there be a glitch right there that we don't know about? All right. I guess there wasn't a glitch there. Can you do it this way? There's nothing there. All right, just had to make sure. We fall to our death. All right. Let's finish our coffee, try to get as much copper as we can in the next, let's say about 20, 30 minutes. Before we go off and raid into someone else's stream. Even if it's just me. because, you know, running into other people's streams, even though it's just me that tends to do it, it's not only promoting yourself, but you're also helping that streamer with the raids. I don't know how, but that's what I've heard. Ah! Fell right off. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do it, but you did it anyways. Anything right here? No. What about right here? No. Let's run around in circles. You gotta remember to breathe too. In through the nose, out the mouth if you have to. Just don't like huff and puff really fast, otherwise you get lightheaded. Try to get up to 500 here. I need to get at least 500. I need 20 more to get 500. Ah, it disappeared on me, you bastard. Why did you have to leave? Now I have to look extra hard for it. Ooh, silver. Why not? We'll get more silver. Actually, you know what? I should probably go into City Hall. Get at least a couple more of those smelters to melt the rocks with. Is there anything up over here that I missed? Nope. $90. And then this one over here will probably get me 93 or 94. Maybe just 92. Who knows? 93. $95. Nope, 96. Is there anything back over here? Oop. Just a couple. 97. Ooh, 98. Wow. This will put me over. What? 502. Yay. Hip hip hooray. She-yo. And we'll run over this way. Don't see anything here. Come over here. Hit this up. Said I was going to go to City Hall and made the wrong turn. And I said back towards City Hall. Fight the maker. Dunk, dunk. One, let's do. So you got 4. Need one more. Hold on. Trying to find it. Cha cha cha. See the light. Getting to see the light. Oh my God, big stretch. The light. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we're doing. Da 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 yada yada. Let's run over here. Oh, I need 3 of those? Well, let me go get 3 of the leathers. Didn't realize I needed that. Now, right now, I'm hunting for wabbits. Eesh, I lied. I saw copper. Eee. Bye, see ya. Wanna be oh, did you need help with that one too? I don't know why I sat down. Didn't need to sit down like that. That's 1, 2. That was 2, right? Yeah, 2. I need 1 more. I need 1 more. I need 1 more. I need 1 more. Get there before it disappears. I need this right now. Thank you. Thank you very much. There's another one over here. Yeah, got my 3. Oh well. I'm gonna sit there and waste my arrows on that one. Take you, then run over here and get you, and I don't think I'm gonna get any meat out of these guys. Nope, no meat. Not today. Run, you little creature, run! What's up there? Nope, that's nothing. Alright, got about 9 minutes here. Gotta try to get back. Do 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 do. If you say so. And let's go ahead and craft this one. We'll go over here to the crafters, to the smelter. Then from the smelter, do I have to do, what do I need for the heavy smelter? 2 iron bars. All right, so you know what? We're going to have to change stuff around here. I don't know, I asked the exact same questions. Beat that. Oops. Had to been you. It had been you. Ah, boo, 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 boo. Come on. Dooba 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 dooba. Probably helps her grab the glass sheets from here. I'll be like Diana Ross. It had it been me? Aw. Aw. You shouldn't have thought about that. Okay. I guess it had it been you too. Yeah, since I'm over here, I might as well go ahead and weed out some stuff that I don't need. Collect the apples. Work on some shit around here. Had it been you, you, had it been you. Da, 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 da. What I need to do is go into here, fix this up so that you can just have like a big hot tub in ways. Ooh, or can I do a big pool in here? I need more dragon's peat for that one. Go back. All right, you know what? We're going to go ahead and sell off what items I have right now. We're going to go ahead and shut this thing down for a bit so I can go get my groceries, and I'll be back in a couple hours to continue doing what I'm doing so that we can stream more and collect more copper in the game. And after that, we're going to go ahead and try to finish up our little game of finishing up the map. So I do appreciate having you here, and hopefully I'll be back here shortly. So let's go ahead and hit escape right there. We're just going to go ahead and try to end this stream for the time being until I figure out what the hell I'm doing correctly. So if we hit the right one, ooh, wow, that's the one that I thought about changing, but we'll figure this thing out eventually. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and raid into, let's see, who else is on? Ooh, someone's having a birthday today. Don't know who that is, though. Dun, 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 dun. dun, dun. So if you're following, this is one raid mess. Uh-oh, what happened to our raid messages? So that one worked. What happened to that raid message? Uh-oh. Something doesn't make sense now. Yep, I'm gonna have to go back in there and try to figure out why. Ah, there it is. There's raid 1 message. Somehow everything's running slow today. Don't know why. Anyways, let's see here. Who is on and who is not on? Let's see if they're playing Arc Raiders, Phasmo. Boogie Woogie Woogie Bro, Bunny B.
I'll have to look into that. Mystic, hi baby.